The reason why most students fail at IELTS is not because they don't work hard. It's not because they don't go through enough practice tests. The real reason is they lack direction. They lack the know-how of how to prepare for IELTS step by step. They are misguided. Let's suppose I have to go to Multan, and if I get on the motorway that leads to Lahore, after 2-3 hours, I'm not gonna end up in Multan. So although I have driven effortlessly, I have, exhausted myself with hard work, but still I have not reached my destination. Why? Because we no longer live in an era where it's just about hard work. It's about smart work, smarter choices, being in the right direction. That is how you achieve success. And if your direction is not right, you're gonna fail miserably at IELTS. In this video, I'm not gonna teach you, how to go through those practice tests and, do 50, 60, 100 practice tests daily, and then you're gonna master IELTS. First of all, if you want to hack 7+ band score in IELTS, let me share with you some tips and my strategy. First of all, do the format audit. It means that before diving into these useless practice tests, before you have even figured out what IELTS is about, first take out the time to understand the 4 modules: speaking, reading, writing, and listening. And figure out how much time is exactly required in these modules. How many questions are you going to be asked? How much time you will have to answer them? How much time will you be able to make for one question in that part? Because if you don't know the rules of the game, you're not going to win, my friend. After you have done the format audit, now you need to get rid of your dictionary. It means that don't just try to memorize fancy and unique words and try to, sound smart and over clever in your exam by making the examiner feel that you have a lot of words, up your sleeve, and you're just gonna, bombard him with so many puzzling and confusing words that even he might not have come up with or read in his life. That is not the idea, my friends, to nail IELTS. It's not an English test. It's not a CSS essay exam. It is a logic test. It is a strategy test. You have to be smart in your choices. You have to write what the examiner has asked you to. If he is not getting the answer that he intended from you, it doesn't matter how many unique or fancy words you have written in your paper. You're just not going to nail it. Be creative. Be innovative. Try to understand the statements first. Then come up with an answer, okay? Make sure you use the right synonyms. Make the correct use of collocations. Collocations are the group of words that, go together. Then instead of writing words like pollution, make sure you write something like, mitigating climate change. This is the kind of smartness, the intelligence level that the examiner is expecting from you. So if you follow these tips and tricks, by doing the format audit first and then, getting rid of this mentality that you need to have a lot of vocabulary up your sleeve or you need to memorize the dictionary in order to nail the IELTS exam, it's not going to cut it. First of all, make sure you have the right direction. And then, inshallah, in my upcoming videos, I will lead you step by step on how you have to prepare for IELTS and how you're going to be able to land a perfect 6-7+ band score in IELTS. Because the real reason why you're not being able to get through it, if you are already made a lot of attempts, is not because you're not working hard. It's because you're not working smartly in the right direction. So fix yourselves and then see the magic for yourselves. Let me know in the comments what you made of my video, and I'll see you the next time. Take care. Allah Hafiz.